The recent contract of Mark Kastelic has revealed the brand new plan for the Boston Bruins heading into this year's trade deadline and then heading into free agency. We're going to be breaking down what this is and how nobody is talking about this plan right now here in this video. Before we get into it, though, we're on the road to 6K, and if we can hit that as soon as possible, I'm not going to put a specific date, but your guys' support has been incredible, and I know we can reach this very, very soon. That would be awesome. But your guys' support, once again, has been absolutely incredible. I do appreciate everybody watching this video. But without any further ado, let's get into a pretty hidden detail that the Boston Bruins have been really trying to keep from us after this Mark Kastelic signing. And I'm going to be going over really the hidden meaning behind this signing and what details we now know about this and about the plans for the Boston Bruins going forward. So I will pull this part up here for those who didn't know, those who didn't see it, those who may not have had the news yesterday. Mark Kastelic has signed a 3-year contract extension with the Boston Bruins at an average of, let's just call it $1.5 million for the sake of not having to say this number over and over in this video. But a pretty early signing. A lot of us thought that this signing would come a bit later. We all expected Mark Kastelic to be signed after what we've been seeing so far this season, what we've seen as soon as he's actually traded from the Ottawa Senators to the Boston Bruins in that Linus Ullmark deal, as well as the first-round pick of Dean Letourneau, as well as Jonas Korpisalo. And the deal really seemed to work out. A lot of people happy with the signing. A lot of people very excited with this signing. But with this signing, that means that the Bruins have their center core locked down. And there's one name that has yet to be named with a contract, or a name that has yet to be signed to an extension for this upcoming season, who also plays center in Trent Frederic. Now, the plan for Trent Frederic is still very uncertain for the Boston Bruins, currently making $2.3 million at the end, currently making $2.3 million, and in the final year of his deal on this 2-year deal, it's going to be a UFA after this deal, and there's been no surprise that the Bruins have been getting calls from teams all over the NHL about what their plan is for Trent Frederic, interested in what they're going to do with him, what the plan is. Are they going to trade him? Are they going to keep him? Are they going to re-sign him? Are they going to let him walk in free agency? There's so many options the Bruins have with him, and according to Elliot Friedman in a previous video that I stated that there's been getting so many calls, and now it almost seems like some trade is nearly guaranteed to happen. I'll get into why in a minute, but Trent Frederic, we know, has not been playing great this season. We've not really seen what we've wanted to from him. 40 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, and 11 points. 28 penalty minutes, but only averaging 12 minutes time on ice. We saw a really good Trent Frederic last year, and that's no surprise to anybody. Trent Frederic has been a guy that this team has really relied on to be able to hold this bottom six together, really been able to put him on the ice whenever you want to see him. And in these, the stats that we've seen from him, even though he's only 26, going on 27 years old, will be 27 when the contract expires, we need to see this production from Trent Frederic at this level. We really cannot afford to see the ups and downs that he's been having this season. And if the value that he has right now can stay until the Bruins trade him, that's going to be the most they can get for him. You know, obviously, the value is really only diminishing for Trent Frederic at this point if he is not continuing to really find the success that he's been looking for, find the success that he wants. He's come out and said himself that he's not focusing on a contract right now because he knows he needs to play better. He knows that he's not deserving of any contract extension. And the fact that he's saying this really brings us hope that he would stay a Boston Bruin. However, with the way that this turns out, the way that this signing played out, it really does seem like the Bruins' plan is to move on from him. And I will pull up the screenshot that you saw there a moment ago, the 2025 offseason projections from the Bruins cap space on Twitter. As you see, right down the middle, Elias Lindholm, Pavel Zacha, Matt Poitras, and Mark Kastelic. You can also count Charlie Coyle in there. We've seen some moving around there on that side of things, and this is just the projection for next season. So these lines aren't guaranteed. There certainly could be a spot for Trent Frederic to become and still remain a centerman on this team. But the way that this is playing out, the way this team is structured right now and with the contracts, it doesn't seem like he is going to be a main priority at center for this team, really resulting in a trade that could be coming soon, and one that we've really all been hearing about from Elliot Friedman, from Chris Johnson on the TSN big board of trades, and really anybody that has any input on the trade, any insight on the trade market. Trent Frederic's name has been thrown around in there, and the way the Bruins have done it seems like this is their plan. The plan is to trade him at some point. Yet, we still, as I mentioned, have many options down the middle. There could be Matt Poitras down the AHL. We hope not. We hope he's up at some point soon at the time of recording this video. You know, he got sent down, been down there since, tearing it up in the AHL. He will certainly be up next season. Pavel Zacha right now is on the first line left wing. that is an option that they're going to continue with, it seems like, and having Coyle in the middle, on the right side in the second line, really does right now leave Trent Frederic as that open spot. But like I said, Poitras is likely going to be up. There are more centers that are coming along the path, and they may go ahead and, try and pull some out of free agency or whatnot, depending on what they do out of the draft. Trent Frederic right now is not the priority for the Boston Bruins. And really, I think that Kastelic is kind of transitioning into the player they want Trent Frederic to be, or they wanted him to be. Kastelic, a little bit younger, having more experience at this level will make him grow into a Trent Frederic. Kastelic's been an absolutely incredible player for the Boston Bruins. Being able to evolve his game into something like Trent Frederic, Mark Kastelic right now kind of seems like a Trent Frederic from a couple years ago, when we've seen Trent Frederic's offense really be able to boost up in these past few seasons. I think that's the goal for Mark Kastelic for this team and what the Bruins plan on doing him, and trying to get the most value out of Trent Frederic at this time. And as I mentioned, here are what we're looking at right now for the current lines. Having Pavel Zacha in the middle, along with Charlie Coyle on that second line, having Brad Marchand on the first line, Trent Frederic, Mark Kastelic, Matt Poitras really is the missing piece here, who will be up at some point soon. And really what I'm thinking at least, is when we see a Trent Frederic trade this season, and I'm at the point now where I do believe that a trade is imminent. I do believe that something is going to happen with Trent Frederic in the trade market for the Boston Bruins soon because of this signing, and that's why this signing is so early. But the next one is Matt Poitras. He's going to be the guy coming up in Trent Frederic's replacement. We may see some other ones. As I mentioned in the previous video, Justin Brazeau signing may be coming soon. We may see another trade for John Beecher, as Mark Kastelic's really taken over the center role on that fourth line. Could possibly move up to the third or whatnot. We could also have Fabian Lysell, who played one NHL game, then got sent down immediately. The Bruins are really figuring a few things out now here. In a string of a few losses, a string of a few wins, it really is just a weird spot to be a Bruins fan, a weird spot to be the Bruins, and a weird spot to be a Bruins player, especially knowing that your job may not be safe, just like we're seeing right now with Trent Frederic. So I do expect to see some more reports coming out from Elliotte Friedman over the next few days. Be sure to hit the sub button if you do want to stay up to date with all of that. Of course, we haven't seen anything yet, and Hampus Lindholm is not playing center, so don't worry about that. I just noticed that, and I fixed it like last video, said the same thing, but made sure to cross it out this time. But of course, we got to see what happens here, but it does seem like the Bruins' main focus now is to move from move on from Trent Frederic and move to Mark Kastelic here. And looking at what we've been seeing from Mark Kastelic, no surprise to anybody that this signing was something that we've all been waiting for, something that we've all really hoped to see in 11 minutes time on ice, average per game, 11 points in 39 games. At 25, going on 26-year-old, 6'4" Mark Kastelic has found a beautiful home with the Boston Bruins, making this trade an absolute win for the Boston Bruins, trading away Linus Ullmark. And of course, looking at this now, a very, very good piece to be thrown into that is Mark Kastelic. And then heading from Trent Frederic, it does seem like their plan is underway. So let me know what you think about all of this news. Do you think that it's time for Trent Frederic to move on? And do you think Mark Kastelic is going to take his place? Let me know what you think in the comments below. But that's all I got for this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. But I'm signing up. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.